currently, marriage is not a goal for people. I don't hear people who aren't married saying, like, I want to get married. You just start hearing it less and less. Like, before that was a goal. Like, before social media and just the way people interact now. I'm not in conversations with people who are talking about, like, I can't wait to meet someone and get married. Now, people say, yeah, I want to meet somebody, be in a relationship, you know, have this bond, but I don't need the marriage piece to feel like it's successful. And most, I'm not saying all, be careful with my words, most married people that I know are miserable.
All right, Wisdom, don't say anything yet, because he's been dying to say something. That's a clip of actress and entrepreneur Lala Anthony on The Breakfast Club. She sparked a marriage debate yesterday, which also happened to be National Spouses Day.
Now this morning, dating and relationship expert Monique Kelley joins us to weigh in on this debate and share some tips on how to keep the sparks flying in a marriage. First, good morning to you. Good to see you.
Good morning. Great to see both of you. I'm dying to come in here because I'm laughing at your expressions too.
The side was not about you.
It wasn't about you.
We're excited to see you.
What was it? Do you know? Are you familiar with the expression I was talking about? The best way to. Are you familiar with that expression?
I sure am, and I was cracking up because here is a fact. It is scientific, it is in statistics. Men typically cannot be alone. So when a relationship ends, when they know it's ending, they've already kind of started working on the next one. Or to your point, they're already ready to get back into the dating scene. Men, you will never hear a man say, I'm going to take a break from dating forever. Ever. I've done the research.
Ever.
Okay, I'm glad we got that backed by science coming from an expert. All right, let's talk about the bomb that Lala Anthony dropped there. One, what do you make of it? And do you think that do you think it's true what she's saying?
Absolutely not. And I think it's so important that when you're coming out of a breakup, a divorce, a marriage ending, that you're very vulnerable. You're very raw. And a lot of times your emotions are all over the place. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And I don't want this narrative to continue to be put out there that it's just a piece of paper, that people who are married are miserable, because that's not the case. And ultimately, people want to be married or be in relationships. But when you come out of a bad situation, you are raw and you can come off a little bitter and cynical. So it's so important that you are mindful of who you're listening to in those situations, and also what you're preaching when you haven't had time to heal.
You had a bunch of stuff to say. Wisdom,
well, we don't have enough time, but I just want to ask you this question, though. It sounds like, don't people who say what she just said are the people who don't have anybody?
Well, typically, no, because there's a lot of people who are not in relationships, but they're pro-relationships, they're pro-marriage. What this sounds like is someone who is in a toxic relationship, who is still very hurt and very angry. Because I will say 7 people out of 10 want to be in a relationship, and most people ultimately want to be married. People who typically say they don't want to get married are people who have been married before, and maybe it's a financial thing, maybe they're a little bit older in life, but they still want partnership and love and a significant other.
Okay, makes sense. All right, let's talk about folks who perhaps are in a relationship, married, and they want to either keep the sparks flying or start the spark, period, because it's just completely gone away. So how do you do that?
I always like to tell people, when you've been married for a while in a long-term relationship, it's important to get back to how it was like when you first started dating that person and you were excited about that person, because a lot of times you get stuck in the routine of life. So first of all, I encourage people to build the anticipation throughout the day. Send those sexy text messages, send some nice little pictures of yourself to your mate throughout the day, and build that anticipation so that they know when they come home, it's not going to be a typical night. So build that anticipation throughout the day.
All
right, so I'm going to send some pictures.
Oh, my God.
That's slipped out. Some pictures, huh? Some pictures to my wife right now while she's at work, and hopefully.
What if she's like blocked?
Or delete?
Delete,
like, who is it? Now, if she send me a message that says, who is this? Is that a problem?
That just means you got to do that a little bit more often.
Right,
okay?
there you go.
She's going to know you're going to do that more. Okay?
I want to go to number 4 there, because we're running out of time. We got about a minute left. There was number 4 on the list. I just want to be clear on what that said, perhaps for those who couldn't read that clearly on your list.
Okay. Sex, 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 it is super important that you are still having sex with your mate, even if you have to schedule it. Now, I know people are gonna be like, that's not sexy, scheduling sex. But if you are not having sex with your mate, schedule it. If you're not having sex with your mate, schedule it so your mate doesn't end up having sex with someone else. You need to be having sex with your partner. It is super important for both of you all to have that level of intimacy.
You could have led with that and we could have ended the segment. Wait, put that graphic back up there. I'm taking a picture. I'm not sending a picture of me anymore. I'm putting that graphic on. I'm putting that, sending that graphic.
Do you schedule an in and out? Like, you know,
in and
at
out?
a time,
In and
we
out?
gotta be.
What? Wait a minute.
Like the window. Like, I don't know
window.
if for some people
Okay,
it's like
thank you for
5
the
minutes,
graphic.
30 minutes. Or is it just this is the start time?
Now, let's keep it real. When you've been in a relationship for a while, you might not always have marathon sex, okay? Sometimes you're
What's
going to
that?
have that 5-minute session. Sometimes you're going to have the marathon session.
Yeah.
But just make sure you are having it. And can I just say this? I know we're running out
Yes.
of time.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep it cute. A lot of times people wait till they're getting divorced to go to the gym, do their hair, be cute.
Yes.
Why wait for the relationship to end to do that? Keep it cute for your mate. It's okay to come home and have some lip gloss on, put some cologne on, shave, man.
Right.
Keep it cute. Don't wait till
Keep
it's the
it
end of
cute.
the relationship to do that.
Keep it cute. Sex,
He's got to call his wife. Monique, thank you so much. Appreciate the tip.
Wait, what's
By
a
the way,
marathon?
y'all,
What's a marathon?
I think it's like 7 minutes. By
That's
the
a
way,
long
there's her
time.
Instagram if you'd like to follow. She's a great follow, y'all, for real. She's got some really great practical tips, and we appreciate it when she comes on. Monique, thank you.
Thank you, Monique.